Come on, Ethan. I want to hear it from your own lips.
Ethan, listen. You said you might be able to take Whitney's baby away from Chad, even though the adoption contract is legally ironclad. Well, what about your own child? Honey, I'm your wife. Are you going to do the same thing for me?
When?
No, Ethan. Ethan, are you going to take Jane away from Teresa for me, yes or no?
Look, this situation is not black and white here.
And that is a lawyer for you. Look, Ethan, your wife wants a baby. And if you can't give her one the old-fashioned way, then I suggest you start looking at other methods, like finding a loophole that will allow us to rip that baby from Takosita's arms.
Rebecca, listen to me. These contracts right here, these contracts spell out everyone's duties and obligations for the period when Teresa was our surrogate, when she carried Gwen's and my embryo. Jane is Teresa's baby. These have nothing to do with her.
Well, I suggest you look a little harder. That is, unless you're just wimping out here. Ethan, you agreed it was time to take the gloves off with Teresa. Now prove it. Look, she's been torturing my daughter here for years, and it's time that as her husband, you made her pay for it.
Do you understand, no matter what these contracts say, it's still difficult to take a child away from its mother, Rebecca?
What, we did it with little Ethan?
We proved that Teresa was an unfit mother.
Yeah, and why you are allowing him to stay with her is just beyond me. You two are his adoptive parents. Look, let's just send a limo to the barrio and go pick him up.
Oh, you can't do that, Rebecca.
Ethan, why not?
Because of these contracts here. Remember, we agreed to give little Ethan back to Teresa in exchange for being our surrogate.
Ethan, our son didn't make it because Teresa couldn't carry both babies,
Honey,
remember?
I know, it just doesn't work that way.
And why not?
Because we don't have power as adoptive parents anymore. It's null and void. Little Ethan is legally Teresa's.
What? Oh, Ethan, you are so lucky that I no longer carry a firearm.
Listen, I got news for you. I am glad that Teresa has little Ethan. She is his mother.
Ethan, she is a monster. And I thought that you finally saw the light on that one. And I thought you understood that. Don't you remember what you said to me at the airport? I mean, you convinced me. You convinced me to stop this feud and then that it was the right thing to do, you know?
Yeah, did Takosita listen to you? No, I think not.
Well, she listened to you, all right. She listened to the proposal of peace about stopping this horrible feud. But what did she do? She spit on your ideas. She attacked and she had me rearrested. She has Jane back, and now you're telling me she has little Ethan back, but that's still not enough for her. No, she has to have her revenge. What are you gonna do? Look me in the eye, Ethan. Are you gonna let her get away with that? Are you seriously gonna stand there and let Teresa hurt me again? Decide, Ethan. Are you gonna let Teresa hurt me again?
We've got to retaliate, Ethan, and you are the only one we can turn to. Look, we have to take Jane away from that vicious shrew. Your plan for peace is dead. This is war. And Teresa fired the first shot.
Taking a child away from its mother is the ultimate cruelty.
You know, if that is how you really felt, you would go after Teresa with a vengeance. Little Sarah is dead and lying in a graveyard because of Teresa. Now that is cruel. And then your own son is dead because they had to make room for little Jane in Teresa's womb. Now that is really cruel. And what's even worse is that Gwen had to find out that Jane was your baby with Teresa. Now none of that had to happen if Teresa had not drugged your surrogate and stolen your embryos.
Which she did, because the two of you took little Ethan away from her. Do you understand this is what I'm fighting against? This back and forth, this isn't a new war, Rebecca. This is the same war. It's endless, and it has to stop.
Well, Teresa could have stopped it, but she chose not to. Ethan, this is a war, and the only way it is gonna stop is by winning it. So, I suggest You look for a loophole. Any loophole at all that will allow us to take Jane away from Teresa. Now do it.
Listen, you have got to trust me. I'm never gonna leave you for Teresa, honey. I know that look. I hate that look. That's the look that my mother used to give when she'd find out about another one of Julian's infidelities. I knew that she tried to hide it, but she was very insecure about it, and I swore that I would never put that look on a woman's face. Here it is.
And whose fault is that?
Listen to me. Listen to me. You do not have to worry about me going back to her. It won't happen.
Prove it.
Mother.
No, she's right. She's absolutely right. And that's why I'm going to look through those surrogacy contracts, and I'm going to do my damnedest to find a way to get custody of Jane. I'll do it. I'll do it.
Here we are, Mrs. Crane. I thought you'd like some hot tea and muffins.
Carbohydrates at this hour? Don't be absurd.
Be careful what you say around the help. Pilar has her spies all over this house.
You're ridiculous.
Maybe we should go out to discuss the baby, okay? Away from any prying eyes.
Bye-bye.
Okay, Blue Note?
Oh, perfect. Oh, Ethan, are you coming?
Oh my God. I cannot believe he's already looking through the contracts to try to get Jane away from Teresa. Mother, I can't believe this. I'm a little bit scared to actually believe Ethan is actually finally on my side.
What is this?
Just a little reminder that we're going to be at the Blue Note. Think you'll be able to join us?
I don't know. But I'll try. You drive safe, okay?
I love you.
Bye.
So, you really think Ethan will be able to find a way to take Jane away from Teresa?
Well, he was top of his class, head of the law review.
Yeah, but do you think he's going to be able to put his old feelings for her aside to help me out?
Don't worry. I think he is so angry that she had you rearrested that he is finally committed to you and your needs. And once he finishes with all this legal mumbo-jumbo, he is going to crush Teresa and get you that baby. Oh, when we get to the Blue Note, we should celebrate, order some champagne, because Ethan is finally severing his ties with Teresa. And then he is going to squash her.